talking hella reckless. I won't even stress it. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address it. They say it's lonely at the top, but this the best shit ever. Hey, don't you see me out here shining, bitch? I'm barely flexing. I hear him talking hella reckless. I won't even stress it. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address it. They say it's lonely at the top, but this the best shit ever. And even if we die today, this shit gon' live forever. Live forever.
Welcome to the Rainbows and Unicorns podcast. My name's Jessie Strawham, and I'm here to share how life ain't all rainbows and unicorns, and that it takes hard work and discipline to get to where you want to be and to be your very best. Today I'm joined by my husky dog, little Roxanne. There's a grump. Sit down. Life with a husky, I tell you. And we're going to talk about my time at Paris for the Paralympics, why I went to Paris in the Paralympics, how that all came about, and I'm going to deep dive into that. So first, I want to talk about why I went to Paris. So in July, the Paralympics were at the end of August, and in July, I was reached out on Instagram by a member of the Paralympic Committee. The Paralympics is doing a content creation program, and I was one of the creators. They really wanted to go to the Paralympics to document and create content around the games. It was a little bit of my patriotism and my consistency online and my athleticism, the way I show up, that got me this opportunity. And at the very end, I'm going to deep dive kind of into that, but I just kind of want to give an overall outline of how it went and what happened. They reached out to me in July, and they're like, we're doing this content creation program. Cool. We got on a Zoom call. It was legit. I Googled the web page for the email because I was like, I need to make sure this is legit. And it was absolutely legit. So I'm like, okay, cool. Got on a call. He's like, we're gonna reach out to you. And I really didn't hear anything probably for a month or so. They got me my flights right pretty much a week later, but then I didn't hear anything. I didn't know what I was supposed to be wearing, where I was going once I got there, packing, none of that. Until about 2 to 3 days before, they sent me what I needed to pack to have clothes, because they were going to give me a couple of things as well, and then they were going to pick me up from the airport. So I still had no idea kind of what the game plan was. Afterwards, I got a game plan. I picked out what sports I really wanted to watch, what I wanted to partake in, and then I did a lot with the other creators as well, because they were super dope. Like, most of the other creators were Paralympians or celebrities from reality shows, and the celebrities were non-disabled, but the other Paralympians obviously were disabled creators. And it was cool to connect with people, one that I'd been friends with online for a long period of time, but also just that in the same space and mind space. And so that was definitely, man, that was dope. My favorite parts of Paris. So you guys know I love the supplement brand First Form. I'm going to drop a link down below. If you ever shop there, please use my link or send me your order number and email so we can connect on that. First Form is my jam. I love all of their products, from their apparel to their supplements. They're my favorite. And also the people. That's one of the biggest things I need to hit on about First Form is the people. Literally, the people make the brand. And when you connect with a fellow First Form individual, somebody that loves the brand as much as you do, it's such a game changer. So there's this individual, Louis Shakes. He's out in France. He plays professional hockey. And so him and I connected a couple years ago through First Form. He rollerbladed across the country to raise awareness for the disease he had as a kid. It's a very rare disease where basically the inside of your body burns from the inside out. It's wild. But he rollerbladed across America to raise awareness around this disease. Anyways, him and I met up, and he gave me the full Paris tour, and we went to this place called Angelina's, and they had the richest hot chocolate I've ever had in my life, the best croissant I've ever had in my life. The thing about French croissants is they're literally so buttery and light. It's like eating air. It's so good. I had an American croissant once I came home, and it was terrible. So definitely go hang out with my buddy, and then getting to have a little taste of Paris and Angelina's. And then the Uber drivers were ridiculously nice, way nicer than American Uber drivers. American Uber drivers huff and puff when they have to deal with our luggage or our wheelchair, or at least in my experience. And I only had one bad French Uber driver. I took Ubers everywhere, from my hotel to the venue, from that venue to a different venue, from that venue to the Team USA house, and then from there back to my home. So I was taking 4 to 5 Ubers a day, and to have one during my stay be bad, I think that's a win. There was another time where the one guy was talking on the phone the entire time, and I thought maybe he was gonna kidnap me, but I'm like, he doesn't have too much trouble. I got a wheelchair. I don't think he wants to kidnap me. Then I found a gym because I had to stay on my workout grind. I had the CrossFit Games 2 weeks after I got back from the Paralympics. So I wanted to make sure I continued to work out. And I found this place. It was called the Fitness Park. And it had this like dark, grungy style. Honestly, it kind of reminded me of the facility with the lights and the grungy style of it. And it was super dope. And so getting a workout there was super cool. And getting to work out with my friends. So there's this dude that's been on the wheelchair basketball team for years. He retired. His name's Matt Scott. He's out of California. Him and I have been connected online. We randomly ran into each other. I think it was the Salt Lake City airport. And then found out we were going to be in Paris together. So him and I got to work out together. Another wheelchair basketball player, Ryan, who lives actually locally here, him and I were able to get a workout together. And so it was dope to get to work out with my friends that I've been friends with online, but didn't get to meet in real life, and we got to collab doing our favorite thing, which is fitness. I really enjoyed that. And then the hotel. The hotel was sick. It only had 26 rooms, which I thought was super nice. It was a little boutique hotel. There's felt all over the walls. The carpet was kind of wild. And then I get into the room itself. I had to use a physical key, and it had this little puffy on it. I had a physical key that I had to use to open and close the door, or lock it. When the door shut, it didn't automatically lock, so you had to make sure you locked it. You go into the room. It's kind of small, but just enough room for my wheelchair to get around. Open the doors to the bathroom. It's massive. There's white marble everywhere with this emerald green tile accent. It was absolutely beautiful. And then there was a towel warmer. And I was in this whole bougie situation. I got breakfast every morning, which was also delicious. Every morning I had a croissant, coffee, and this weird eggs. And it was crazy because the eggs came every day in a different form. Like one day they'd be scrambled, and the next day they'd be this weird mush, almost looked like oatmeal grits, but they were eggs. And then the next day it was this fluffy, buttery, round omelet thing, but it wasn't an omelet. It was bizarre. And the next day I actually had a legitimate American type omelet. The breakfast was really bizarre. And then they locked the doors late at night, which I also found was odd. That hotel was sick. The sports I saw were swimming, archery, seated volleyball, wheelchair rugby, wheelchair basketball, both female and male, fencing, powerlifting, and then I tried seated volleyball. The women's team actually taught us how to play, and I will say it's so much faster than standing volleyball. I played in middle school, and it was way faster. You had to move quick, and I was the only one on the court at the time that didn't have lower leg movement. Everyone else either had a lower limb impairment or an upper limb impairment, and so they scooted around a lot faster than I did. Not the sport for me, but it was still fun nonetheless, and the girls are incredible. I 10 out of 10 recommend giving that team as a whole some of your support because they're just amazing. I learned about javelin and how to play javelin. But powerlifting was probably one of mine that I had the most personal interest in, just because that's the sport I've been looking to switch to after this CrossFit season, and it's solidified even more after seeing it in the Paralympics. It is such a I can't wait to bench and just pick heavy things up. Not that I don't already, but you know. The cool thing about the 2024 Paris Paralympics was this is the first time the Paralympics Team USA had a Team USA house. So this was a house where people could pay to get in before 8 p.m. or just get in for free after 8 p.m. It had food, complimentary beer, complimentary Ralph Lauren coffee bar, the Team USA official store, and so it was really dope. This place was amazing. The games were all playing. Anytime we won gold, all the lights and the horns went off. It was like gold lights going off. It was seriously the coolest vibe, and to get to watch the games together with everyone who's just loving Team USA, getting to see the locks where all the athletes with their lock on, it's magical. But this was the first year that Team USA had a physical house for the Paralympics. See, here's the thing about the Paralympics. A lot of times we're overlooked as disabled athletes, but we work just as hard and just as athletic as the non-disabled athletes. So this is the first time that we actually had that equal recognition as far as having the Team USA house, it getting extended to the Paralympics, but then also the visibility of the games this year was massive. From bringing on the content creator program to actually showing the Paralympics, It was so amazing, and I'm so excited. LA 2028 is the next games, and one, I'm excited because it's in America, but two, I'm excited because of the recognition this year got. It's only going to get better from here. The house host was amazing. Lena Nichols was absolutely incredible. She's amazing in real life. She was one of the first people I followed when I got injured, and she gave me a lot of hope and optimism that I could go out, be an athlete, and do amazing things. And so to meet her in real life and just get to vibe with her was so cool. Again, then watching the games, the Team USA store, but then also I got to do athlete interviews. And so I'd interview our medaling athletes, and I interviewed everyone from neurological disorders to amputees to other spinal cord injuries, from triathlons to swimming to biking, literally all the sports. It was so cool. And I asked the athletes 5 questions. What's your game day meal look like? What's your out of season meal look like? What's your game day training look? What's your out of season training look like? And if you could give society one piece of advice, what would that be? And the answers were crazy. So I was really surprised by the fact that people use candy as a carbohydrate replacement when you could use a rapid digesting carbohydrate supplement that is Safe Sport approved. I would rather use that than a candy to get my carbs. Honestly, the nutrition aspect of it was really interesting. A lot of the athletes, I was shocked that they don't track their nutrition during season and they're not disciplined with their nutrition during season. I feel like that's the most important time to do that. And I know as I am venturing into this powerlifting, Paralympic journey, I definitely will be back to tracking macros and being disciplined in that, because it's the only way to get the results. You cannot manage what you don't measure. So that one really shocked me. And then PB&J was a fan favorite across the board. Everyone loves a good PB&J. I wasn't surprised that 2 of the main factors and the main habits, one was people praying. They said that just their relationship with God was one of the most impactful things to their success. And then 2 was discipline, just having discipline as a whole, knowing that they're responsible for the outcome that they receive. And I thought that was really impactful and powerful because it's really similar. The mindset traits of a high performance athlete are very similar to that of a successful entrepreneur. I think, multi-million-dollar entrepreneur that continues to create and continues to grow and doesn't stop that journey. And so it was very interesting how much the 2 really coincide with each other, and it's no wonder you see so many ex-athletes turn into successful entrepreneurs. And so that was a cool psychological part of it. I had a lot of personal growth during my trip in Paris. I was in a country where no one spoke English, and I don't speak French. My second language is Spanish, and I barely understand that. So going to a country where no one speaks the language was a little bit difficult. But with that being said, it was still really rewarding. The fact that I was able to go to this other country and navigate and Uber on my own and travel the city all by myself, it was very empowering, and it made me realize how much I was still selling myself short and my capability short and operating out of fear rather than that abundance of I'm gonna be okay. There was one moment when I felt like I was not okay, and that was when I came home at around 1:30 in the morning and the hotel door was locked and I didn't know how I was getting in. I'm pounding on the door, no one's coming. I slightly panicked there. Other than that, I didn't really not feel safe. There was a couple of Uber drivers that made me a little uncomfortable, but I never didn't feel like I was not in a safe position. It was really where my surroundings and where I was at the time. It definitely was the experience of a lifetime. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to be a part of the Team USA Creator Program for the 2024 Paralympics. It was so empowering, so impactful, not only for myself, my audience, the people here in my hometown. It was really cool to get to open up people's eyes to a different type of sport, different athleticism. So I really enjoyed that. I will say that it was a testament to the power of my consistency over the years. I started growing my platform in 2018, and the fact that it's now 2024 and that's a result of building my platform 6 years, I think that's a pretty freaking cool opportunity and result from just doing something like utilizing social media. Feel very grateful for that. 10 out of 10 recommend going to the Paralympics, watching the Paralympics, checking it out. It is such a impactful and powerful experience, and I definitely would not undo that. And I will see you guys in LA in 2028. Appreciate you for watching. Friendly reminder that the Freedom Fam, my community program, is still open, still taking enrollment. It's It's only $24.75 a week. I mean, that's pretty affordable to get some mindset and nutrition coaching to become your very best version of you. If you feel stuck and you've been stuck, Freedom Fam's for you. If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend, comment down below. But I hope y'all make this week great and go out and get what life has for you. This was Rainbows and Unicorns.
I hear him talking hella reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my breath. Won't even address. They say it lonely at the top. This the best shit ever. And even if we die today, this shit gon' live forever. Live forever.